Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Vampire Diaries. This is episode 13 of season 8. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. A quick reminder to vote for your most liked and disliked characters in the description below so we can get that sorted and voted and checked out in the final episode of this season. Now, recapping the last episode, we started with Bonnet. Obviously she's absolutely devastated with the death of Enzo after Stefan killed him, ripped his heart out, didn't he, when he had his humanity turned off, and she boom injected him with the cure. Damon was ringing her at the start of the episode. She picked up. He was asking, what's going on, Bonnet? Is Stefan okay? She was like, yeah. He said, well, what are them then? They're not tears of joy. What's happened? She's like, he's dead. He's gone, mate. Like, literally, Enzo's gone. Stefan's killed him. He's like, oh my God, mate. Literally, I'm coming. Like, stay there. What's Stefan doing? How is there? She's like, I dealt with him, mate. I give him the cure. Obviously Damon he's not happy with that, but he's not obviously mad at Bonnet. He can't really blame her. She's absolutely devastated. She's going, everyone's getting concerned, mate. You've seen in this episode, everybody's ringing her. She's ignoring everyone. Caroline even sent her mum to the house, which was really interesting because we've not seen her in ages. And she come and she was like, look, Caroline said that she didn't think she could get through to you, but maybe I could. And they both embraced and they went inside and they started talking about Enzo and stuff, and Bonnie was saying that she can still hear him. It's like he's still in the room. Her mum saying, look, we need to bury him. That'll be the best way, put him in the ground. She's saying, I can't do that because I can still feel like a connection towards him. I've been in mourning before and this isn't it. I still feel like there's something that we still need to do. And we could hear Enzo talking like, Bonnet, do you know what I mean? And it was just interesting. I was wondering what's going on. Is he still alive? Is he not? Can she see him on the other side? What is happening? So they tried to do some sort of magic. Obviously both of them are not witches anymore, but they lit the candles. They'd done it. They were saying, if Enzo, if you're here, please give us a sign. And loads of like wind was coming in. It was blowing leaves all over Enzo. And then her mum, she actually got a vision. She got a vision of Bonnet when she was knelt on the porch. She was screaming. She let out that massive massive echo, and it literally shot across like the world. And her mum like jumped back screaming. She's like, oh my God, mate, we have to literally kill him now. We have to burn his body. We need to get rid of it. Like, what I've just seen is not good. Bonnie's like, mate, what's going on? She's like, look, mate, when you knelt down and you let out that scream, you opened a portkey, yeah, straight to hell, pretty much. That's what she was saying. She was like, look, we can't have Enzo here. We need to get rid of him. We need to like remove ourselves away from this situation altogether. And that's what she did, mate. She set Enzo on fire. Obviously, Bonnie wasn't happy with it. She's not Bonnie. Yeah, Bonnie wasn't happy with it. She was fuming. She was crying. But she was like, look, mate, I know that I've not been an amazing mum to you all your life, but this is the right thing to do. I can't have you in this situation. He's not here trying to call you because he you love your Bonnet. He's trying to drag you down into hell. It's not Enzo. That is not the person that you obviously fell in love with. It is literally a deep dark road that you will be heading down. So that's interesting. We obviously seen Stefan as well. He's mortal. He's going through all the emotions that it would be after he's turning his humanity back on, after he realised he's killed so many people, he's injured people. He got arrested, didn't he? It was mad. He was obviously driving, the police come, he must have been speeding. He had blood all over his hands. He couldn't comply with the police officer. He got arrested. He sat down in the station. Guys going through, listing out all these dead people, like in pictures that they've got fingerprints of Stefan for in the last couple of months, that he's obviously associated with all these crimes. Now, Stefan, as a person looking at that, is absolutely devastating, isn't it? As a vampire, you can kind of like push it aside and stuff, but not as a human. He could just physically look and see what he's done, and he can't get out of the situation at all. But the only way he did get out of it is obviously Caroline compelled the police officer, compelled everybody in the police station to forget Stefan Salvatore and erase them from the system. But while Stefan's there, he's seen a little girl crying, saying that her mum's been missing, she's got nobody left, and she's her only guardian. Now, obviously, Stefan realised that that person was the one that signed over the house to him so that he could go in and actually, attack Bonnet, try and get Elena. And he went on a hunt to find a body. He said, look, I didn't really kill her, I just injured her, threw her in the back of a car. She might still be alive, she might not be. And he went trying to find her. Well, he did. When he did find her, she attacked Stefan. She stabbed him. Now, Stefan's obviously not healing because he's obviously not a vampire. He's kind of like dying, wasting away. Caroline tried feeding him her blood. Didn't work, didn't take. Kind of like it happened with, obviously, Catherine. We've seen it before. Once you take the cure, you don't really can't take the vampire blood and heal now. So that is really interesting. I'm really intrigued with what's going on. And then obviously Kay called me, said to Damon, look, mate, Stefan's our deal is void now. Stefan's no use to me. I don't really care about you. There's only one thing that I want. You can live your whole entire life the way you want to live it. You can stay alive. Stefan can stay alive, but if you don't do this task for me, he's going to die today. If you do a task for me, he can stay alive for the rest of his normal life. I need you to go and get this book that that Matt and Alaric have got. I want it. It's mine. Go and get it. And that's it. No strings attached. So that's what Damon done. He went to get it. Matt and obviously Alaric weren't going down with a fight. They took Damon down. They locked him up. They had Matt tied up. They was not tied up. They had him like hooked up to a machine. They was doing some hypnosis on him. He was trying to get inside his mind because the necklace that he was wearing kind of giving him some flashbacks. And he's trying to work out what's going on. We end up getting a backstory of how the bell was made, how obviously when you ring it 3 times, we've seen like loads of witches get burnt, and we found out in that sort of like flashback thing that Matt was doing the potential weapon to kill Cade, and it is downstairs in the armory through that like mysterious wall that you have to go in, obviously by closing all your senses. Now, obviously Damon ended up stealing the book, giving it to Cade. He burnt it. He said, you know, is anybody ever been redeemed from going to hell and coming back, you know, and done good things? Has anybody actually ever got out of it? Cade said, no, not really. And obviously Stefan come later on in the episode and said, look to Damon, you know, do you think that there's a chance for me to get some redemption before obviously try and go to hell? Instead of Damon saying no, he said, of course, brother mate, everything's got to start with small steps. Go and say, you know, your apologies to Bonnie. I'm sure that she needs to hear that. That's what Stefan tried doing. He got attacked, mate. Well, that was mad anyway. I thought it might have been Jeremy. So then when Damon went back to the armory, he was saying to Rick, you know, like, I'm sorry I took the book, but I had to do it for Stefan's life, but I know the weapon that's going to kill Cade. Let's go. It's inside the armory. They've gone down, they found it, they're chatting. It's like, let's go and crack open a beer. Who's come inside? Boom, mate. It's Kai. What the hell's going on? How's he not dead? I'm saying that obviously once Bonnie screamed and ripped a hole through the finger, Cade's come up. So is Kai, and now I'm fully invested. So thanks for clicking on my video. Hopefully guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. Ooh, okay, this one's called The Lies Will Catch Up to You. Now, again, I feel like that's in reference to Damon or Stefan, man. I'm going to go with... who said it? I'm going to say Damon said it. No, Stefan said it to Damon. But again, man, I think they're really tough, actually. I thought it would have been nice and obvious, but they've all been solid.
Come on, Dad, do something, please. 9. This thing's heating up. 10.
I was right, man. The guy come through it.
Beer, burger, 2 burgers. No, 2 beers, 3 burgers.
Oh, and a hot dog.
A hot dog, is that crazy? Whatever, do it, dog me. It's my special day, I'm here, and here is not hell. It doesn't taste like anything.
Oh, no way.
Come on. Come on.
Oh. Why would you try it that?
Feel anything. Lotus.
Oh my god. Oh, my question is, right, yeah, if I held out a knife, if I just held it here and somebody slid into it, like, so not fell or anything, like he just done then, obviously I used magic to kill him, but it made me think, man, imagine if I just held a knife and someone ran into it, right, would I get done for killing him? That's mental. That looked crazy, that, like, literally, if you watch that from the outside, the guy just moved in himself, like, oh, it was madness. I miss Kai so much, man.
One foot on Earth, the other in Cade's nightmare world of hurt. I can still do magic if I siphon myself, but even then it takes concentration.
Well, you murdered my wife.
Oh yeah, shit, I totally forgot.
Hey, I have some questions. You said you had a better idea than killing Cade with this dagger.
Find a way to get me out of hell all the way, and then I'll help you kill Cade.
And while you're trying to outsmart the devil, I'm gonna barricade myself in here with my 2 girls, who, in case you forgot, Kai tried to murder while they were still in utero.
I haven't forgotten. How about a little faith, huh? Why don't you save that question for somebody who's never killed you?
I know Stefan was gonna pay you a visit last night, and it means it either went really well or really not. I'm here for you, with or without Stefan.
I need your help.
Even though I'm part of the darkness that's ruining Mystic Falls.
I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, okay? We have bigger problems right now. They said these memories came back a couple days ago.
Oh, has his compulsion stopped working on everyone?
Everybody he ever compelled started to remember.
Hello?
Oh, it isn't Kai who took him.
Who are you?
Oh, no, it's not. I well got it wrong.
Dorian?
Dorian Williams. You're gonna call me by my full name.
Oh, did he kill his
Hey,
parents or
Dorian
something?
Williams, why are you pointing a gun at me?
Because yesterday I woke up
You
and
can
started to
remember.
remember. It's probably news to you that I lost my father and my sister in a house fire 7 years ago. These last few days when I remembered, you were there. You walked right up to me and you looked me in the eye. when you told me to forget we'd ever met.
I was traveling through Tennessee. Someone named Klaus Michelson. I had to do things to prove myself to him. Their names were Robert and Tina Williams. I never forget my victims' names.
Start digging.
I do think it's... I mean, I don't know what the guy's digging for. Digging for treasure? No idea. Digging for Stefan's grave? Definitely not. The guy's not going to kill him. Like, he just doesn't look like a guy who's a killer, but... The concept of everybody remembering is very fascinating, because how many people are going to be in this Dorian situation now? There's going to be thousands, isn't there, literally? And it's mad because all the people that he's compelled, even these little white lies, not for deaths or nothing, you know, like just maybe if he's took something here and there, or took a house, or done something here, forget I was here, you know, forget Caroline or Elena or Damon, whatever. Everyone is going to remember now. I think it's an interesting concept, but I don't know how you would go back on that. As in... There would be too many people knowing information about Stefan for him to get away with it. Do you know what I mean? Because it'd be just an influx in every single person. And how can you say you're all lying? You know what I mean? When every single person knows it's Stefan. And if it is the case that he gets his powers back, how does that retract everybody's like memory of him? Unless it like repels backward, it does like a rewind and people forget. But I mean, I do think it's really interesting, to be honest.
And so, please hear me. I don't have access to magic, so you gotta meet me halfway. But you left me 9 messages this morning, so you obviously want something.
Cade got out, why shouldn't Enzo?
Cade used the Maxwell bell, which is kind of a non-starter now unless you want to risk nuking Mystic Falls.
I was just hoping you had a solve for Enzo, because I might need a solution for someone else. What if there was a way to unlink your life from Elena? Small price to pay was us freeing a soul from hell.
Someone there with you. Someone you don't want me to know. Tell me you're not talking about Kai Parker.
Why would you even say that?
And because I have this incredibly strong feeling that I can't explain.
And your new psychic powers help someone get free of hell.
But Cade would know the answer. I'm gonna ask him how to save Enzo.
There was this murderer lying in a hospital bed. I'm supposed to be guarding his room. Looks me in the eye and says, "Time for a little break." But the way he said it,
You were being compelled to obey.
I lost my badge. I fell off the wagon.
It's mad, that man.
But you were going to forget that night at the hospital. You're going to clean up and turn your life around. And I'm trying to keep it together right now because I'm the only person who can clean up this mess.
Well, you have me right where you want me. Whatever you want to happen is gonna happen.
What is that supposed to be, reverse psychology? I'm not a kid anymore. And you're not a vampire, so you can't tell me what to do. You know what's worse than living with all that guilt? Surviving murder. You know what's worse than surviving? Being murdered. In the real world, people like you, they get the needle. Done, gone. You don't get to walk
That's
around
true.
trying to do good.
I'm just trying to atone for as much as possible before that day comes.
Who gives a crap about your redemption?
You're not supposed to.
Oh, he shot him. Mate, that was good acting from that Dorian. I actually really like it. Like, I just do, man. Like, it's kind of believable, even though, obviously, like, sometimes, like, an innocent person like him, for example, I could imagine if somebody's whole family got ripped away in front of them and you knew that the person that done it is still walking around, living, breathing, not even getting arrested, nothing. I can understand that somebody will be in a situation like him and they just want revenge, and they're not thinking logically, not thinking about the consequences. You're just like, mate, you've caused me so much pain, you need to suffer it as well. And that's all he's doing. He's blind. He's just got one of those, you know, like what would you say? He's just got like goggles on and he's just focusing in one straight line. He's not thinking about what he's doing. He's just thinking about the person that's done damage to him. Now, I mean, that's the crappiest grave ever. Like, he's just laid down, his head's still poking out of it. It's not even big enough. But I am interested, and it's mad, isn't it? It makes you think that that police officer that was sat down with Matt and Caroline, one little compel and the ripple effect that it had, and all Stefan done was say to that guy, "Oh, you should go for a break." Do you know what I mean? He was saying, "Oh yeah, you know, I think it's time you go for a coffee or something," and the guy went, and then he come back, and then boom, guy's gone, and then just the ripple effect from that, lost his job, spiraled out, probably like lost his house, I don't know, do you know what I mean? But like, one little compulsion, even if it's not even killing anyone or not even something that bad, has a massive ripple effect. And like that guy said at the start of Dorian, yeah, like, you remember your victims' names, but am I not a victim? You know, like, I am one of the people that suffered from an action that you've done. So again, that was a good counter. It's really interesting. It just shows, like, honestly, you just throw one little pebble into the pond, right, and all the little waves that comes after it. You only focus on the one thing, the pebble going in. You never notice on anything else that comes after. It's madness.
Explain why Twitter just notified me that Cobra Kai 1972 is tweeting for the first time in 4 years. Damon, don't worry.
Cobra Kai.
Oh, Good. You roped her in too. I was hoping you'd maximize the collateral damage.
Selfie City.
I'd love that
while we wait.
to be on his real Instagram.
Oh, no. Night clock's ticking. And if I go, so does your shot at happiness.
Oh, it feels like I'm being dragged back to hell by Michael. Fire all the time, and ghosts from your past come back to pull your skin off, and occasionally on really bad days you put face to face with Cade, who is basically torture incarnate.
My job with the sirens was my way to escape the real deal.
Man, were they hot?
Sure. If you're into cannibal divas.
Hell is fueled by evil, and I'm still a little bit in hell. Then maybe I can secure my footing here on Earth by killing a really bad person, just like those sex. If you think that one more murder is going to seal your fate, then I have news for you. You are super deep in the karma hole. Just one seriously bad person. Use your best judgment.
Hey, is everything okay?
Yes, everything's okay. The girls are fine. Hey, listen, I was thinking maybe we could, I don't know, come by and meet you at the house tonight.
But are you sure you want to bring him to town?
I need some good parenting advice. Explain when I see you.
Stuff floating. Oh, it is, yeah, them cranes.
You didn't hit anything fatal. It's gonna take me a while to bleed out.
Just stop talking, all right? Don't talk anymore. Squeeze that as tight as you can.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? No service, are you kidding me?
Torian, it's okay.
No, it's not okay, man.
That's how he would be though, wouldn't you? He's not a killer. The guy was just acting out. I probably didn't even mean to shoot the gun.
How do I get Enzo out of hell?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Hope you're not planning on setting me on fire. I know that's a thing with you.
That would be a poor way to start our lesson.
Are you gonna teach me how to contact Enzo?
I'm going to give you an understanding of what you've become. If you wish to locate Enzo's soul, you must open your mind. I want you to remember the moment of Enzo's death. Think not just of Enzo. Think of his dreams and of his happiness.
Rage.
It is the source of your power. Live in the trauma. Call his name.
Mate, what is going on?
Oh my god.
Mate, what's going on? Where is she?
He wants to claim my soul for hell.
I don't understand it. If you're not in hell, where are you?
Do not trust him.
Was it Enzo?
Because didn't find him.
Relive the pain of losing him.
I like the calmness of him. I like the calmness of Cade. Like, he's literally been one level the whole time, just nice and chilled. No matter when he's instructing, like, bad thing, he's still always, like, one level. He's got, like, a soft voice. And what's interesting is, I did say that when Enzo died, he would gain an asset, like, so to speak. Like, it was beneficial for him to have Enzo. Like, obviously, Stefan killed... he didn't kill Elena, but Enzo is a good one, mate. Like, he's obviously done bad things. He's going to hell, and what an asset he would be. But somehow he's not there yet. I would like he's dying and getting a middle ground, and then he's got to come and get you. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting. So he's hiding. Don't trust Cade. I mean, that's like stating the obvious, isn't it? Is the sky blue? Yeah, it is. Do you know what I mean? Is water wet? Yeah, of course. Like, you wouldn't. Why would you trust the devil? No one should.
Poor Violet. That girl and her family deserve so much more than just a so-called aneurysm.
Kidnapped Stefan. I brought him out to the middle of nowhere and I tried to murder him. There's so much blood.
Okay, let's go, mate.
Keep him awake. We're on our way.
Feel better? I don't kill for kicks anymore. So if you can't tell me this guy's death meant something, I will turn this room into your own personal hell.
Why are you following me?
When Enzo died, you screamed. A powerful psychic blast created an entire world. In all my thousands of years, not a single person alive has ever done anything like what you did. If you think you can continue to harbor secrets from me, you truly do not understand why they call me the devil.
How fascinating is that, though, right? So obviously Bonnie created her own world. Like, I kind of suspect, I thought she ripped a hole in hell, but creating her own world, the similar as Cade, that's interesting. What is it, though? Do you know what I mean? Like, how do people get to that world? Obviously, like Cade, the bad people, they die, they go there, and obviously good people go heaven. How the hell do you get into Bonnie's world? Do you know what I mean? Like, is she living permanently inside Enzo, in her head, Enzo? Do you know what I mean? It's mad.
Stefan, don't do this. Do you hear me? Stefan!
Oh my god.
Help us. You can fix him with your blood.
Stefan took the cure.
Oh, mate, this is good.
Your death is inevitable, but it doesn't have to happen today. It will be so much easier. I can't. You're destined for hell, Stefan. Why should she be? You will release her from this suffering and give her back the life she was meant to have. You would still rather cling to that fragile existence.
It's gonna be okay.
Hey, another fishing spot for us. A law office just a few blocks away. Talking about bang for your buck.
We find a way to redeem you, so you don't have to go to hell. Something to make up for all the pain that you've caused. People do forgive, and when they do, redemption is possible. Which is why, if you want my forgiveness, you're gonna bring Elena Gilbert back to life.
What I would bargain with Cade is, let me be a little fucking siren, Cade. Let me go around and kill everybody. That's what I would do anyway. I would take Damon and Stefan's position. I would give it to Kai. What a sick person to give, you know, the devil's little helper mate, Kai. It would be an absolute perfect match made in heaven. He'd go around and absolutely destroy everyone. He'd be loving it. The guy would be in his element. And do you know what? That's interesting. I wonder if it is true, man. I wonder if that is how you get out of hell. People forgive you from your your worst stuff. But then it's not just him though. Like to me, like Alaric would have to forgive. Alaric's probably the one that he needs forgiveness for the most. If he give it, Bonnie and Damon maybe, but I don't know. But it's interesting, no bargain to get Elena back.
Caroline told paramedics he was shot in a hunting accident. I actually tried killing someone. Crime reports, forensics, tying him to dozens of murders and cold cases. He wants you to have it. If locking him up is the form of justice that you need, then go ahead and pull that trigger.
The thing is, right, I feel like Matt would have handed him over last season or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's like Matt flips up and down constantly.
The doctor stopped the hemorrhaging.
He may have pulled the trigger, but I loaded that gun years ago. Earlier, it would have been so much easier for me to let go.
You've only been this person for 2 days. I've stood by you through everything. In what world is ending this the answer to your problem? Your need to be a martyr to your past, that is all for you.
Future, can we have?
You can still have a future, can't you? Like, at least a long time anyway.
I'm here. If you can hear me, I need you.
I don't get it. Like, how's it?
Never leave me again.
Believe me, I don't want to.
Are you part of some psychic world I created?
None of that matters now. All that matters is you.
Oh, I missed you girls so much. It's good to see you.
Okay, so in terms of the Bonnie situation then, right, how is Enzo actually here? Like, I can understand the Kai one because I do understand the bells rang and there was a gateway open and he's dived through it. But the Enzo one, was that just Bonnie in her mind watching it, or was that in the present? Like, what was it? She's not a witch, is she? She can't do magic. I'm trying to figure out what's actually happened. Where's he come from? How's he there? Also, as well, Cade was saying to her, like, you're fairly new to this, but like, yeah, you're so strong. Like, new to what? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, yeah, like, she is strong, but if she was a witch, I would kind of understand it. I think I'm a little bit lost with Bonnie. She got powers, is she not? She's accessing, like, loads of different mad things. She's seeing people, she's hearing it, she's going into worlds, but she's got no powers. Like, trying to figure out what she is.
Ow!
Don't hurt Mommy!
No!
Oh, I guess I know.
He started acting out 3 days ago.
Oh, is that when Celine died?
Hi, sleepyhead, remember me?
Clock's ticking, creeper.
Magic takes energy. If I'm gonna do this right, I need to drain the biggest, baddest battery of all. There's no such thing as redemption. There are only promises. And if I'm going down, I'm going out with a bang. I'm busy quick. No.
Oh, so he can't die anyway, so it's fine. See? Use your mind, mate. Unless that deal went with Cade and his, like, deathy thing went away, he's not dead. That's good, that. The thing is, Kai, he loves it. I told you, man, he's a master of cloaking. He loves it. Always disappears. Always, always. Now, obviously, why is he hellbent and not giving Elena back? I don't understand, like, him giving Elena back, him not giving Elena back, okay, be in the same situation, but why does it matter? Literally, I feel that's literally what I feel like. At the time it happened, it was interesting. They was fighting, they was against each other, you know, they was bargaining, people was trying to take sides, but now, yeah, he's either in hell or not in hell, or he's going to, or he's chasing, he's running. But this Elena situation, he could bring her back, he could keep it, he could kill her. It doesn't make no difference to Kai in general. So I think that she should come back. I knew she wasn't going to come back anyway. I feel like she may not even come back for the final episode, which would be sad. But I hope she does, because why not, eh? Literally, we're ticking down now very slowly, trying to figure out what Bonnie's doing. She can see Enzo, she's touching him, but like, she's got no powers. I don't know if he was in the present world or if he was doing like a Kai thing where he's like half and half in, but then how's he got out? You know, it's strange. And obviously Kai as well, he wants to get Cade, he wants to get Enzo, but then he kind of wants... He was concerned about Kai being on the loose as well, so I don't know what's going on there. If I was him, I would just get Kai on my team here. I'd say, look, you can stay alive, do whatever you want, go and kill as many people. I know you love it, I love it as well. Get me all the souls you can. I think he would kill more than everybody, me, so that's what I would do. But I'm interested to see how, obviously, each of them stories play out. Okay, so that is going to wrap up today's episode. Very interesting, obviously, with the Kai thing. I thought Damon might have got one over on him, honestly. Like, saying that, you know, the chance to redeem yourself is obviously, I'll forgive you. But as Cade said to Damon, nobody's ever really got out of hell before. And Kai is not dumb. He knows that score, you know. He knows when he's being played. And he's come and he's outplayed Damon. You know what I mean? He's kind of gone with the flow and took it and outplayed him and siphoned him and then cloaked Elena. So it is interesting. Obviously, Kai's still... he reminds me kind of Sybil, where he needs to kill to stay alive, and the more he does, the more obviously he's stronger. But obviously he's he looks like he maybe dying more quickly. But like there's loads of stuff that's going on, which is interesting. Now, the fact that obviously Stefan is human and he keeps getting hurt just shows how like not how much he took for granted that he was a vampire, because these two situations that he was, you know, last episode he was trying to help someone, this episode it wasn't his fault. But it's mad, isn't it? If he looks back, like he's never been in these situations before. He has done, and then he just always healed because he's always had his abilities. And he's probably sitting back and relaxing and thinking, "Me, I had something good there. Why did they have to ruin it?" You know. And when you think of it as well, like all the people, like I said, just one little like compelling somebody just to do one little action, and the effects it has on the 5-6 people that are around him. It's mad, isn't it? Like all them people coming. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that have been affected by Stefan that can remember him now. Now, what's interesting is here, I think at the start of the episode it said 3 days earlier, and then I'm assuming that all the actions that's happening with Cade and stuff, and obviously with Kai, maybe it was 3 days ago, or it might have just been the fact what happened to Stefan was 3 days ago, and then it had the ripple effects. I'm just trying to figure out, because Alaric said to Thingy at the end there, Caroline, mate, I don't know what's been going on with the kids, but it started 3 days ago when he was kind of like, that must have been when they've got all the crayons that are floating around them, and like one of them went to incendiary, set the other one on fire. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if like Cade has got some sort of hold on them or something, or whatever Sybil done to them now that she's gone, that it's going away, and they're remembering all this different stuff. I don't know. It is interesting. Anyway, I feel like they should play a good key role in possibly defeating Cade. Now, I do like them, and they have served the purpose a few times in the show. But I kind of feel like, you know, by putting them in, they need to have a bigger purpose. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we're not going to use them, why are they here now? And why are we showing that the extent of the powers are growing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they need to be using some sort of physical way to either enhance the power of the knife or whatever that they've got going after Cade, or whether like they're gonna help destroy hell. I don't know, but that is intriguing. Stefan, obviously, he's saying to Caroline, "Look, mate, we'll be better if we split up. I don't want to be around and just pretty much ruining your life. You know, you've got thousands of years to live. I haven't. I'm a ticking time bomb now. What life can we actually physically have together to be the best thing if I moved away?" She's saying, "Don't ever tell me that's the best thing for me and you're doing it for me. You're actually doing it for yourself. You're trying to close off all of your previous life. You're trying to literally lock and key it, throw it away. You're trying to pretend that it never happened, but it did, and we're here, and I'll stand by you. And we can live a long life. Yeah, obviously not the one that we expected, and not the one that we wanted, but it doesn't mean that we can't be together, which is true. And yeah, so, but the Stefan one is actually interesting, man. I wonder if we finish the show with him completely being mortal, and I don't know if we're going to see Elena either. I know we keep teasing it, but I feel like she's not going to come back. I don't know why. I've said it all season. I just feel like maybe when she went out in season 6, that was it. But I think surely she didn't go out on bad terms. I know she was going out with Damon in real life, and then they split up, and then I feel like that's possibly the reason why she left, because she didn't want to work with him. I mean, I could kind of understand that. I mean, if I was in a massive hit show, getting obviously millions of views and a massive fandom, I would have probably stayed, even though we'd still be in scenes together. I probably would have asked, can we distance us on the screen as much as possible? But in terms of like being the final season and obviously being one of the massively heavily written about characters, focusing in as well up for the first 6 seasons, I would have thought that she may be in the final, like goodbye, she would be here, and I'm still hoping for that in the final episode. But I don't know what's going to happen. Interested to see where we're going with Bonnie. She seems to be not as powerful as Cade, obviously, but she seems to have some sort of powers that Cade's kind of interested, that she's kind of strong for someone who's new to this. He said, someone new, you seem to be quite strong and know what you're doing. Yeah, she's not really a physical witch. She can't really access any magic. She can speak to Enzo because it's like he's in her world, the one Cade created. And it's funny, isn't it? Because Cade can't, he's missing one soul. Literally, one person's died that he's not claimed, and he's determined to get it, and that could be his downfall. Do you know what I mean? Everyone says in the originals that, mate Klaus, your paranoia and your stubbornness will be your downfall one day, and maybe that is Cage, mate. The fact that he wants to get every single person and bring them down into hell, that could be his own downfall. He could just leave Enzo, just be like, look, mate, that's one that got away, you know, the one that got away. But no, he could deep dive into Bonnie's mind and try to get him out. And while that's happening, everybody else on the outskirts is getting a plan to go and attack him. Once he goes in, like, it could be an easy situation. If he goes to try and get inside Bonnie's head, somebody could come over and just take him out easily. They've got that. They've got the weapon. I don't know who's going to be willing to stab him though, because if that doesn't kill him, then you're effed, aren't you, mate? He's going to absolutely murder you. So I mean, that would be an interesting one as well. Who's actually going to do the deed and try and kill Cade? Now, I can't wait to find out, obviously, what happens with Stefan if he stays and gets with Caroline. These kids as well, Liz and, you know, got Liz and Joel. They're mad. They're back in it now, like, and I feel like they're going to play a decent part. Kai's cloaked Elena and took her away. Damon, obviously, is fighting to try and get her back. Bonnie's speaking with Enzo and touching him, and obviously she could feel him in the present, but he said, look, I'm not actually really here. And obviously we've got Cade concerned that Kai's back in the present and also trying to get Enzo out of Bonnie's mind. So it's really interesting. Kind of a lot of storylines going on, considering we've got a few episodes left, and I cannot wait to find out more. So thanks so much for clicking on my video. Hopefully guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.